It's time now to tackle the headline, and we're taking a look at the biggest recruits in the game and the impact that they've been having at their new club. Boys, it feels like we've had enough of a sample size now. We've hit double figures in the season, 10 rounds down, and it's time to run the rule over these blokes, and there's probably no bigger name that moved clubs at the end of last season, is there, than Baz Lenker, Bailey, Smith, of course. There's various different names for him, depending on who you talk to, but it's not often we have a recruit that rockets into Brownlow medal contention.
It's unbelievable,
is there,
isn't
Macca?
it?
His impact has just been unbelievable.
And I was stupid enough to think, wow, geez, is he going to really fit into the Geelong system? He's been outstanding. He's carried them. He's in the number 3 club, but really, in mine, in this bracket of players we're going to mention, he's numero uno.
Yep.
He can win the Brownlow for sure. He is really... He's got that run back that he had in that...
Imagine the speech if he did.
Oh, that's what I thought. I thought this will be... There's been some great Brownlow speeches. We've had burger rings. We've had, velvet tuxedos. We've had Dustin Martin, who didn't really talk a lot. I think Baz's would be an all-time special.
He's done exactly what he did 3 or 4 years ago when he broke onto the scene. I mean, running machine. What did Geelong need? Leg speed, him and Max Holmes.
Yep.
We've seen it.
One bloke came into his former side, of course, the Western Bulldogs, is Matt Kennedy. He moved over from Carlton. And hasn't he been a revelation?
Why he's been so good? I mean, Marcus Bontempelli was out, as we know, and Fraser, the kid, has blossomed. But without Matt Kennedy for that first 6 weeks, he was the engine room in the middle. Yes, you got Libba and all that, but he's that big body. He's kicked goals. He's fitted in. He couldn't get a consistent game of Carlton. There was issues on his speed and things like that. You watch him at the Bulldogs, because they move the ball so fast. It's like, I haven't noticed that you haven't got speed.
No.
He's been better than I think.
He was the sub so often at Carlton.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the problem. They made him the sub. He didn't
forward,
quite get that opportunity, but wow, he's been good.
Yeah,
really
whatever Bevo's doing with Matt Kennedy,
keep
keep doing it, please, Bevo, and really all the Western Bulldogs, they're all flying. Now, John Noble, he left Collingwood amid such heartbreak, but the sun and beautiful shoreline of the Gold Coast Suns up there at Broadbeach, it's doing wonders for him.
And I think back with the family, it sort of really helped him. And also that shadow of that missing that premiership, I think really weighed heavily on him. He seems like a freed-up player now. He's playing with a lot more system. His disposal's always a little bit of a concern, but I think he's really fixed that. He's worked in really well with that Gold Coast backline. He's a massive tick for the Gold Coast. I wasn't sure how he would go in that sense. Massive tick.
Dan Rioli's another one. We read Callum Dick's story last week. He's made a go of the YouTube channel with the fishing as well as his football, Scotty, but back with his old housemate, as it were, Dimmer Hardwick, who played host family for Daniel when he first came to Richmond, but he's right at home.
It's a credit to Hardwick and the Suns recruiting. It's targeted. Right? What do you want? We want speed and I want fast half-backs. John Noble, as we know, missed the premiership, got him. He knew how good Rioli was. He just won a best and fairest at Richmond. Yes, we're going to give up a lot to get him, but hey, we're in the zone now. They gave up a few first-round picks. Great deal for Richmond, probably. He's mid-late 20s. But what he's added, just pace. They just blow teams away with pace, and that's the modern game.
Absolutely.
And he went and got 2 of them.
Harry Perryman, how are we feeling about his...
Well, no, I think he's had a really good start. Earlier in the year, when I think he played the first round, I was like, oh, don't pay the Perryman. and in this sense, because he's on big money. He's on, and you have to do that to prize a person out from free agency. But he's fitted in really well. And what he can do, he can play in the midfield if you need him, but he can also go back. And when you lose a player down back, he can actually play in that particular role. So I think while he's well paid, I think he's still a tick.
Oh, he's a tick.
No, he's a tick. He's had a really good...
He complements what the Dacos do and stuff. Like, he's just under the radar.
And he does it by stealth in a lot of ways as well.
Yeah, which is what Collingwood do so well under McRae, isn't it? Is that everyone has their role, a bit like what the Western Bulldogs are doing. You know, people like Riley West. Everyone has their role to play amid the system. Shai Bolton over West.
We're going to argue here.
Well, no, we're not.
No, you start.
OK, I'll start. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I gave him a massive pop and had a really good go at him and said, look, you've really got to stand up and help your footy team. You're on big money there. Well, I don't think he listened to me, but he certainly listened because he has been outstanding. Scotty, you can take over this now because I've clearly been whacked down with this.
He was the best player against Collingwood and they should have won that and somehow found a way not to.
Maybe.
And then he beat the Giants almost by himself. But what I think is they've figured out, they got him for this high half forward, which he's played most of his life. But he's a difference maker in the centre because they've got Brayshaw, Sarong, good players. They're the same players. They get a lot of possessions. They're not ultra fast. He just creates this difference and he goes forward. So they've found whatever's working now, that is the Shai Bolton they want. And he's going to win a lot of matches.
He breaks games apart. And I think and he's exactly what Fremantle didn't have and they need.
And he's up from, he used to be, he wouldn't get over 20 touches much at Richmond. Now he's a 25, 30 man.
What about Dan Houston? I know he's had his issues with the MRO and different reasons keeping him off the park, but how do you feel like he's slotted in at Collingwood?
I think the coach, Craig McRae, gave a bit of the insight on the weekend, said that was his best game. We've seen him kick a couple of good goals and he had a bit of a suspension, but I don't think he's delivered what they thought. They haven't carried him. He still contributed, but it wasn't... That's All-Australian Dan Houston. No. I think it might have taken time to figure out the system. And
it is a complicated system. So
absolutely.
And I think he'll be back. Like he'll get back to that All-Australian level. He's not quite at the level at the moment, but he's got a bloke called, on the other flank, he's got a bloke called Josh Dacos, who is in outstanding form and taking all the credit so far.
See us out on who's flying Macca at Hawthorn, B1, B2, Josh Battle and Tom Barrass.
It's worked really well, Lauren. Battle, Barrass have been outstanding, really good. Well, certainly Battle has. I thought Barrass might have gone, but absolutely Battle's been really good, and I think that's been a big win for the Hawks.
Has it hurt the captain? He's not exactly flying.
Yeah, it has.
Sicily
maybe
sort of lost his mojo.
Maybe got to lock him down somewhere.
Yeah, just a thought.
Throw that out there. Been a little bit off the boil. Jury's still out on a couple too. Your Caleb Daniels, your Jake Stringers. I think we'll let them pass this time.
We're being nice tonight.
We will, but we've got
them for next time.
Very, very close watch. So we are on to you. That's it for us on Tackle the Headline. We'll see you next time.